We always enjoy it when Layne Ragsdale comes to visit because she always has some insightful information for us to learn about our finances, right?
And this is aging. I mean, the two worst things nobody ever wants to talk about
That's
are
two things
finances.
I don't even want to
I'm
talk
sorry
about.
I'm here. Let me just apologize. Start off. But, you know, hey, it's my world.
What happens when we get old and what happens to our finances?
Well, a couple things come in. What we see more and more right now is you need to have a plan in place for what happens if you end up in a state of dementia. If your spouse ends up in a state of dementia, oftentimes we think of estate planning often. We talk several times about estate planning. We think of it as what happens when we die. Well, there's a stage before you die that you really need to be considering. And it's that whole point of as you age, what happens. And what they say is there's 3 stages. When you first retire, we talked about retirement the last time I was here. The first time you retire, you have these go-go years. You've got stuff on your bucket list you want to go do. You've got money. You've got things you want to do. And you go. About your mid-70s or so, you go into slow-go years. You've done a lot of the stuff on your bucket list. Your health may take more of a front and center. You've got doctor's appointments and things you're having to deal with. And so you slow down more. Then you move into, later, the no-go, which is oftentimes your health is not to the point where you can go. And most of what you're concerned about then is your health care needs, your living needs, and things like that. The seminar we're doing out at the college is going to be April 18th, which is a Tuesday night from 6:30 to 9:30. We're going to talk about those stages, and we're going to talk about the implications of what you need to have in place to protect yourself, to retain control and contain your dignity. And we're going to focus on housing. Housing eats up a huge amount of your income as you get older, up to almost 40% of it. And that's a huge hit on your retirement income. Because you start thinking about, well, you need more help in your house. You may need help to keep your house up. You may need assisted living. You may need nursing help through those various stages. So you need to plan for that. And that's what this is going to focus on.
Okay, all right.
Definitely.
One of the neat things that they talk about is one way to think about if you're prepared for aging is it's 8:30 at night and you're sitting at home, whatever you envision home to be at whatever stage you're in, and you want an ice cream cone. You don't have ice cream. How do you get it? And it's a really practical way to think about, do you live somewhere where there's transportation? Do you have family or friends nearby? Are you somewhere where you can walk? You know, you can walk down to the convenience store and get it. And you start thinking about how you're able then to meet your needs. But I just thought that was a cute example to think through with people that we can all relate to, because it's 8:30 at night and I'm thinking,
For somebody younger, you just get up and go.
You get up and go. Yeah.
Not when you're older.
And one night I went down to McDonald's on Main Street because I was wanting a chocolate ice cream cone, and they have them. And it was real funny because when I was in there, it was mostly older people sitting around drinking coffee and eating ice cream, and that was their social place. And I thought, by golly, it does work.
Yeah.
So,
Wow.
yeah.
So when's this seminar? Is
details.
there a cost or is it?
There is no cost.
No
You
cost?
sign up
Okay.
through the college. It's part of the continuing education group out at the college. They can call the college, and it's 870-391-3100. There is no cost to it. 6:30 to 9:30 Tuesday evening.
Just a one night event.
One night, and we
Okay.
do need to know who's coming because there's brochures and things we're going to look at and go through and
Okay.
stuff. We need to make sure we have enough. And then if we follow it the following week, which is April the 25th, for the final one in this series. This is 3 series. We did retirement. Now we're doing financial implications. And this last one is kind of to the other end of the spectrum. It's how to teach your kids about money. And it's called Kids and Cash. Cody Gregory at Bear State Bank was here with me one of the last times we talked. And he's going to do that. He's got some great things on how to teach your kids about credits. And so that's geared toward the younger parents.
Okay.
The class on the 18th, the financial implications of aging, is geared toward people that are either close to retirement, in retirement, or people that have aging parents coming up. I'm telling you, one of the things we have joked about before is if your family doesn't have a plan to take care of mom and dad, there's one in place, and if you're a 50-something-year-old woman, you're probably the plan. You don't know it, but the rest of your family does. And families need to be addressing those issues. What's the best place for everybody to go? And everybody needs to be on board before the family dynamics become strained over that.
And it's thrown on you.
It's thrown on you.
Yeah.
Oftentimes,
it's unexpected.
Yeah, oftentimes you don't see it coming because it's a stroke or it's a fall. How many times have we heard, oh, well, so-and-so's mom fell and broke her hip, and suddenly the whole dynamic of your family has shifted.
And don't discount the fact that you may be the point person.
You may be, you may be. And the rest of the family probably knows it and you don't.
Yeah.
It was the funny thing, you know.
And you don't know
Everybody
this,
else
but-
is going on blissfully aware and you're going, uh-oh. And another exciting thing about this class on the 18th, a lot of the questions that come up are legal. And so again, as
Okay,
we've done in
yeah,
the past, Kelsey Bardwell and Kathy Golden of Sprott, Golden, and Bardwell are going to be there to help answer questions and stuff too. So
Yeah,
not
that's
only
good.
is it the financial implications, but we've got some
Right.
help to answer estate
good.
type questions and all.
Okay.
And they are wonderful. They are absolutely wonderful to work with.
And
So.
the date again?
April 18th,
At
the Duran Center.
at the Duran Center?
At the Duran Center,
6:30.
6:30 to 9:30.
9:30.
Yeah, we say 9:30. It usually gets over about 9, and then people can stay and ask questions and stuff. So
Layne?
Great.
thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much
Layne.
for letting me come and talk
All right.
about it.
Hope it's a packed house.
Thank you.
Thank you. Up next, who do we have?
Sable Amaya. Oh, did I say it right? And Tanner Nelson, Party in the Park. Stay with us.